Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Big development in Florida, and the elected representatives of the Floridians decided that the lawmakers, they passed a bill banning transgender people from using bathrooms not matching birth sex. That's very big. Now, let's see this article, okay? Comes from, I don't know, somewhere, Fox something, CBS something, Action News, Jax something. It's from today, May 3rd, 2023. Florida lawmakers pass bill banning transgender people from using bathrooms not matching birth sex. Oh my God, it's like we're back in time. And now, Florida lawmakers passed a bill Wednesday that would require schools and other public facilities to restrict access to restrooms for a single-sex facilities to a person's sex assigned at birth, amid controversy surrounding transgender rights. The bill now heads to Governor Ron DeSantis' desk. What do you think is going to happen? Will he sign it? I think so. The Republican-controlled Senate voted 26-12 in favor of the bill, Bill 1521, with the House passing it in an 80-36 vote. The bill applies to facilities such as public schools, universities, state and local government buildings, prisons, and jails. Okay, now opponents of the bill have criticized the move, stating that it would subject transgender individuals to excessive harassment. What do you mean? Anyway, and have questioned how the legislation would be enforced. Simply, they're going to arrest you if you don't. If someone reports you, they're going to arrest you. What do you mean? It's going to be very quickly. And I'm quoting: "Where is the dignity? Where is the respect for another human being?" Well, that goes both ways, doesn't it? Doesn't it? If you say no, then you know what I mean. So ask Representative Marie Woodson, a Democrat from Hollywood. No legal plan has yet to be announced for how the processed bill would be legally forced in the state. I told you, reported. And let me tell you here, it says here, last month, lawmakers passed a bill 1438 that would block venues from admitting children to adult live performances. I have a feeling that these adult live performances are not like a concert of, I don't know, let's say, I don't know, Tom Jones. Even that is a little bit I'm thinking that adult, it's kind of like adult, you know, which some viewed as a move to curb drag shows. Okay. The House and Senate are also working out of the details of a proposal to ban doctors from providing treatment such as puberty blockers and hormone therapy to transgender children. The osteopathic board voted unanimously to remove that exception without any discussion. All right, and let's see what we have here. Under the newly passed bill, those who enter bathrooms designated for the opposite sex could face trespassing charges. Exceptions will be made for children under age 12, like you have to get them to the bathroom and you have to help them somehow, I'm guessing, seniors, and people with developmental disabilities, I'm guessing. So, the bill, which will be heard by the Senate Rules Committee, directly defined what each gender meant, labeling a female as, and I'm quoting, a person belonging at birth to the biological sex which has the specific reproductive role of producing eggs. This is what they define it, end quote. Similarly, it defines a male as, and I'm quoting, a male belonging at birth to the biological sex which has the specific reproductive role of producing sperm. Oh man, okay. Well, in addition, the public facilities, the bill would apply to all government-owned buildings such as changing facilities in schools, jails and prisons, public shelters, health care facilities, airports, convention centers, parks, beaches, and stadiums. The bill does contain some exceptions. For example, it would, for instance, exclude chaperones for young kids, custodial workers, as well as cops and emergency medical workers who are also entering for work-related reasons. Oh, in addition, if a same-sex restroom is out of order, then someone can provisionally use the opposite sex facility as long as no one is in there before entering. All right, now we got that covered. In Florida, it was an article written, I can't remember exactly by whom, but it doesn't matter the name. It was by, I think it was a Polish guy. And he was talking about the alternate society that was under the communist rule in Poland. And I identify with that because I know that it was the exact thing that occurred when I lived in Romania as a little boy. Yes, little boy. And the same thing. They were the facade, how you were supposed to behave in public and how you really behave with your community and people that you totally against whatever they were saying. So it's just a different, it's underground, that's how we call it, underground society. I think you can find the article, or not only article, that's a fact. But it was just helped me, identify with whatever the guy was writing over there. Now, what's going on in United States of America? United States of America take it as with all these 50 states, take each state as an underground or an alternate society, which would mean obviously that each state will have its own direction in having its own culture and behavior. Like for instance, this is going to be in Florida, and probably in California will be the opposite. And then you don't like it in California, you're going to go to Florida or Texas or something like that. You don't like it in Florida and Texas, you're going to go to California. Now you say, well, it shouldn't be that way. Well, unfortunately, I don't want to say it's unfortunate though, because we like diversity, don't we? So since we like diversity, then I don't think it's a problem. You have diversity everywhere. It's like if, for instance, you go to a movie. You have many movies over there playing at the theater, right? So you go over to this one, you don't have to go over there. You go to this one. You can't go in the same time. Nobody kicks you out of anything. You might not like this one, you don't go over there. You go to the one that you like. Now, do you feel discriminated against? Well, the movie was done for a certain kind of audience within the theater. You can go over there and stay over there. You might not like it, but nobody will kick you out. But you have to watch the movie, whatever the movie is. And you go to the movie that you like, and you watch that, nobody will kick you out. So, I understand there's some human rights that need to be respected. I'm guessing if they, for instance, Florida, would, infringe some human rights over there, I'm pretty sure that would be overthrown. Overthrown. Now I got skewed. How do you call it? Overturned. So the whole thing, or maybe the Constitutional Court will say, you know what, we're just not going to accept this. This violates this and violates that. Who knows? Whatever. The thing is, I'm pretty sure it's going to be alternate societies, and they are already here. I mean, go in different parts of the city versus other parts of the cities, or go in some schools and go in other schools, which I have a lot of experience with. I visited many schools in many locations, if you know what I mean, strata out of society, many, and I can tell you it's a different culture, different society. I went in some schools, I thought I was in a freaking war zone. Really? I was in a war zone. I was waiting for someone to smack me or something and to defend myself. I'm talking about students, not teachers. And I went in some schools, it was like, concentration camp. I mean, it was like, whew. But that was clean, the other one was dirty. So if you want to take the extremes, one was clean, one was organized, one was disciplined. People, when you speak with them, because I had to speak with a lot of people when I went over there, they were different. They were different kind of people. They have a different culture, different level. They were mannered. They would say thank you, good afternoon, not hey, what's up, or whatever. They would say they're, the body language, the way they sat on the chair, sat down on a chair, the way they were looking at you, the way they were dressed. Self-respect and order and discipline versus freedom, if you know what I mean. Poorly understood kind of freedom. No, to be free doesn't mean you have to be a degenerate, or you don't have to be a how should I put it, I don't know, engage in some kind of deviant behavior, I would say, be a criminal because you're free. I remember when, I'm just gonna give you this little story and be done. When I used to be in the communist times and I was a boy, as I said, and there were some Romanians who fled and were living in West Germany or America or other countries in the West. They would return, usually in America, and they will return, or Germany, West Germany, they will return to Romania to visit. And I knew as a child how this adult, or even your child, when he left as a child with his parents or something, how he used to look. Clear cut, whatever, pop. They were coming with all kind of things and all kind of... That was awful. Then, and I was in the communist time, I didn't like what those guys were doing to me, infringing me and keeping me like, you know what I mean? It was too much on that side, but I saw how it was on the other side. So when these children were coming, my friends, after, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years living in Germany, they were coming, first they were fat. That was the first thing. Fat and hairy. What the hell? And then their clothes, and they were unkept. The clothes were unkept, unmatched, not buttoned, no, they were like, but they were free, man. I feel free, that's how they were burping, they were farting in front of us and adults. Something like this was not allowed then in public. What are you talking about? An animal? Only an animal cannot restrain himself from farting and burping. You do that, you excuse yourself, you go somewhere else, you go to the bathroom, do something like this, always. But anyway, if you can't control yourself, animals can't control themselves either most of the time, unless they are trying to get on someone. They don't move. Anyway, I don't think that's practice, but maybe it is in instinct more. So anyway, here we have this little situation in Florida, and it's going to be an alternate reality, alternate society. For some it's going to be good, for some will be bad. Depends on your preferences, values, however you want to call it, principles. But remember, respect goes both ways, right? And respect is earned. It's not assigned, it's earned, all right? Common civility, that's a different thing. Like I say, good afternoon, and move on. Excuse me, because I respect myself. If I don't respect myself, I'm going to act like an animal. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.